Picture this. You're floating in complete darkness, 7 miles below the ocean's surface, where the pressure would crush a human body in milliseconds. The water is freezing cold, there's no sunlight, and the silence is broken only by the movements of creatures that seem like they crawled out of your worst nightmares. Welcome to the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of our planet's oceans, where some of the most terrifying creatures on Earth call home. Today, we're going to explore the top 10 most spine-chilling creatures that live in this underwater horror show. These aren't your typical fish. They're alien-like beings that have adapted to survive in conditions that would kill almost anything else on our planet. Before we dive into the abyss, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because you won't want to miss what we uncover in the depths. Trust me, what you're about to see will change how you think about the ocean forever. Let's descend into the darkness and meet these incredible yet terrifying creatures. Coming first at number 10. The frilled shark. Starting our countdown is a creature that scientists call a living fossil. The frilled shark, or Chlamydocelicus anguineus. This nightmare fuel looks like someone crossed a shark with an eel and added a dash of prehistoric terror. The frilled shark can grow up to 7 feet long and has remained virtually unchanged for 80 million years. What makes this creature so terrifying is its mouth. It's filled with 300 needle-sharp teeth arranged in 25 rows. These teeth curve backwards, which means once something gets caught in its mouth, there's no escape. The frilled shark hunts by coiling its body like a spring and then launching itself at prey with lightning speed. To survive the crushing pressure of depths up to 5,000 feet, its body is extremely flexible, and its organs can compress without damage. Imagine swimming in the deep ocean and suddenly this serpentine creature with glowing eyes emerges from the darkness. That's the stuff of nightmares. Number 9. The zombie worm. Next up is something that sounds like it belongs in a horror movie. The zombie worm, scientifically known as Osedax. These creatures are about as disturbing as their name suggests. Zombie worms feed exclusively on the bones of dead whales that sink to the ocean floor. What makes them truly terrifying is how they eat. They secrete acid that dissolves bone, allowing them to burrow deep inside whale skeletons. The female worms can grow up to 2 inches long and look like bright red trees sprouting from bones. But here's where it gets really weird. The male zombie worms are microscopic and live inside the females like parasites. A single female can house up to 100 males in her body at once. To survive in the deep ocean, these worms have no stomach, no mouth, and no gut. They rely entirely on bacteria living inside them to digest the bone. Picture a whale graveyard on the ocean floor with these blood-red worms covering every skeleton like some kind of underwater horror scene. Number 8. The goblin shark. Our number 8 spot goes to a creature that looks like it was designed by someone's worst nightmare. The goblin shark. The goblin shark, or Mitsukurina austoni, is often called the living fossil because it's the only surviving member of a family that's 125 million years old. What makes this shark absolutely terrifying is its jaw mechanism. The goblin shark can shoot its jaws forward at incredible speed to catch prey. We're talking about jaws that extend almost to the length of its snout. This pink, flabby-looking shark can grow up to 12 feet long and has a blade-like snout that it uses to detect electrical signals from other creatures. Its skin is almost transparent, giving it a ghostly appearance that's both fascinating and horrifying. To survive at depths of up to 4,000 feet, the goblin shark has a very slow metabolism and can go long periods without food. When it does find prey, those extending jaws ensure nothing escapes. The sight of this pink monster emerging from the darkness with its jaws fully extended is something that would haunt anyone's dreams. Number 7. The anglerfish. Coming in at number 7 is perhaps one of the most recognizable deep-sea monsters, the anglerfish. There are over 200 species of anglerfish, but the deep-sea varieties are particularly nightmarish. These creatures have mastered the art of being living horror shows. The female anglerfish can grow up to 3 feet long and has a mouth full of sharp, translucent teeth that angle inward. What makes them truly terrifying is their hunting method. They have a bioluminescent lure that hangs in front of their massive mouths like a fishing rod. In the complete darkness of the deep ocean, this glowing lure attracts curious prey right into their waiting jaws. But here's the most disturbing part. The male anglerfish are much smaller, and when they find a female, they bite onto her and literally fuse with her body. The male's tissues merge with the female's, and he becomes nothing more than a sperm-producing appendage. Some females can have multiple males fused to their bodies at once. To survive the extreme pressure, anglerfish have very flexible bodies and can compress their swim bladders. Imagine being lost in the deep ocean and seeing what looks like a friendly light, only to realize it's attached to a monster with a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth. Number 6. The vampire squid. Don't let the name fool you. Our number 6 creature doesn't actually suck blood, but the vampire squid is terrifying in its own unique way. Vampirotutus infernalis, which literally means vampire squid from hell, is unlike any other creature on Earth. This living nightmare can grow up to 1 foot long and has the ability to turn itself inside out when threatened. What makes the vampire squid truly eerie is its appearance. It's covered in light-producing organs called photophores that can create an otherworldly light show. When threatened, it can produce clouds of bioluminescent mucus that confuse predators. The vampire squid has the largest eyes relative to its body size of any animal on Earth. Imagine eyes that take up a quarter of your head. These massive eyes help it see in the near-complete darkness of depths up to 3,000 feet. To survive in low-oxygen environments that would kill most creatures, the vampire squid has blue blood that carries oxygen more efficiently than red blood. It can also slow down its metabolism dramatically, almost entering a state of suspended animation. Picture this creature floating in the darkness, its massive eyes glowing and its body pulsing with strange lights. It's like something from an alien horror movie. Number 5. The barreleye fish. Our number 5 spot goes to a creature so bizarre it seems like it was designed by aliens. The barreleye fish. The barreleye fish, scientifically known as Macropina microstoma, has a completely transparent head. Yes, you heard that right. You can see right through its skull to its brain and other organs. What makes this creature particularly unsettling is that its eyes are not where you'd expect them to be. Those dark spots that look like eyes on the front of its face are actually its nostrils. Its real eyes are the bright green spheres inside its transparent head, and they can rotate upward to look through the top of its skull. This fish lives at depths of up to 2,600 feet and grows to about 6 inches long. The transparent head is filled with a clear fluid that helps protect its delicate eyes from the stinging cells of jellyfish. To survive in the deep ocean, the barreleye fish has adapted to be almost motionless, conserving energy in an environment where food is scarce. Imagine encountering this creature in the dark depths, a fish with a see-through head and glowing green eyes that can look right at you through the top of its skull. Number 4. The Dumbo octopus. Coming in at number 4 is a creature that might sound cute, but the Dumbo octopus is actually one of the most alien-looking creatures in the deep ocean. Named after Disney's flying elephant because of its ear-like fins, the Dumbo octopus, or Grimpateuthis, lives deeper than any other octopus species. These creatures can be found at depths of up to 23,000 feet, making them residents of the deepest parts of our oceans. What makes them terrifying isn't their appearance alone, but their incredible adaptations to survive in crushing pressure. The Dumbo octopus has no ink sac, unlike shallow water octopuses, because there's no need for it in the pitch-black depths. Instead, it has developed the ability to make its skin completely transparent, essentially becoming invisible. These octopuses can grow up to 6 feet long and have a very gelatinous body that can compress under extreme pressure. They move through the water by flapping their ear-like fins and pulsing their umbrella-shaped body. What's particularly eerie is how they hunt. They swallow their prey whole, and their mouth is surrounded by a web of skin that can expand like a parachute. To survive in the deep ocean where food is scarce, they can eat almost anything, including small crustaceans, worms, and even other octopuses. The sight of this ghostly, transparent creature floating through the darkness with its massive fins flapping is both beautiful and deeply unsettling. Number 3. The giant isopod. Our number 3 creature looks like something that crawled out of a science fiction movie. The giant isopod. These creatures, known as Bathynomus giganteus, are basically underwater versions of pillbugs or roly-polies, but supersized and much more terrifying. Giant isopods can grow up to 20 inches long and weigh up to 3.7 pounds, making them one of the largest members of the crustacean family. What makes them truly disturbing is their appearance. They look like armored aliens with compound eyes and powerful claws. These creatures are the ocean's cleanup crew, feeding on dead whales, fish, and squid that sink to the ocean floor. But when live prey is available, they become aggressive hunters with powerful jaws that can crush through shells and bones. Giant isopods have an incredible ability to survive without food. Some specimens in captivity have survived for over 5 years without eating. To handle the extreme pressure of depths up to 7,000 feet, their bodies are covered in tough, overlapping plates that act like armor. They can also roll into a ball when threatened, protecting their vulnerable underside. What's particularly unsettling is how they move. They use their 14 legs to scuttle across the ocean floor like giant underwater roaches. Imagine walking along the deep ocean floor and suddenly encountering a swarm of these armored creatures, each one the size of a small dog. Number 2, the snailfish. Our number 2 spot goes to the deepest living fish ever discovered, the snailfish. Various species of snailfish have been found at depths of over 26,000 feet in the Mariana Trench, deeper than any other fish on Earth. What makes these creatures so terrifying isn't just where they live, but how they've adapted to survive in conditions that would instantly kill most life forms. The pressure at their depth is over 1,000 times greater than at sea level. Imagine the weight of 50 jumbo jets pressing down on every square inch of your body. Snailfish have no swim bladder, no scales, and their bodies are made up of a gel-like substance that doesn't compress under pressure. They look like transparent, ghostly creatures with large heads and small black eyes. These fish have antifreeze proteins in their blood that prevent ice crystals from forming in the near-freezing water. What's particularly eerie is how they move. They glide through the water like underwater ghosts, their transparent bodies barely visible. Snailfish feed on tiny crustaceans and other small creatures that live in the deepest parts of the ocean. To survive in this food-scarce environment, they have extremely slow metabolisms and can go long periods without eating. The fact that these creatures exist at all in such extreme conditions is both amazing and deeply unsettling. They represent life thriving in what should be a completely dead zone of our planet. Number 1, the Mariana snailfish taking. Our number 1 spot is the ultimate deep-sea monster, the Mariana snailfish, or Pseudoliparus swirae. This creature holds the record as the deepest living fish ever scientifically documented, found at depths of over 26,700 feet in the Mariana Trench. What makes the Mariana snailfish the most terrifying creature on our list isn't its appearance, but what it represents. Life existing in conditions that seem impossible. At the depth where this fish lives, the pressure is equivalent to having about 1,600 elephants standing on top of you. The water temperature hovers just above freezing, and there's absolutely no sunlight. It's been dark for millions of years. These fish have completely transparent bodies that look like they're made of glass, and they can grow up to 8 inches long. They have no pigmentation, no scales, and their bones are incredibly flexible to withstand the crushing pressure. What's most disturbing is their hunting behavior. They feed on tiny amphipods and other small creatures by sucking them into their large mouths. The Mariana snailfish has special proteins that prevent their cell membranes from collapsing under extreme pressure. They also have extra-large livers that help them process the limited food available at such depths. These creatures reproduce by laying eggs directly on the ocean floor, in one of the most hostile environments on Earth. The fact that they not only survive but thrive in the deepest parts of our planet makes them both fascinating and deeply unsettling. They prove that life can exist in places where we thought nothing could survive. The terrifying truth about deep ocean exploration. Here's what makes all of these creatures even more terrifying. We've only explored about 5% of our oceans. The Mariana Trench alone could hide creatures that are even more bizarre and frightening than anything we've discovered so far. Scientists estimate that there could be millions of species living in the deep ocean that we haven't even found yet. Every time researchers send submersibles to the deepest parts of our oceans, they discover new creatures that challenge our understanding of life itself. Some of these creatures have been living in the deep ocean for millions of years, completely unchanged and perfectly adapted to their terrifying environment. The pressure, cold, and darkness that would kill us in seconds is just another day at the office for these incredible creatures. What's even more mind-blowing is that some scientists believe these deep-sea creatures might be similar to life forms that could exist on other planets. The conditions in the deep ocean are so extreme that they're comparable to what we might find on moons like Europa or Enceladus. Recent discoveries that will keep you up at night. Just in the last few years, scientists have discovered even more terrifying creatures in the deep ocean. In 2021, researchers found a new species of giant amphipod that's over 2 inches long and looks like a transparent shrimp from hell. They've also discovered new species of deep-sea mushrooms that aren't plants or animals, but something entirely different. Some of these creatures produce their own light through chemical reactions, creating an underwater light show that's both beautiful and deeply unsettling. Others have developed the ability to survive on chemicals that would be toxic to most life forms. The more we explore the deep ocean, the more we realize how little we know about what's living in the depths of our planet. Each new discovery seems to push the boundaries of what we thought was possible for life on Earth. Why these creatures matter. These terrifying creatures aren't just fascinating oddities. They're incredibly important for understanding life on our planet. They show us that life can exist in conditions that we thought were impossible. This research helps scientists understand how life might exist on other planets and moons in our solar system. Many of these creatures also have unique adaptations that could lead to medical breakthroughs. For example, the antifreeze proteins in deep-sea fish could help develop better ways to preserve organs for transplant. The pressure-resistant proteins in these creatures could lead to new materials and technologies. But perhaps most importantly, these creatures remind us how much we still don't know about our own planet. So there you have it. The top 10 most terrifying creatures of the Mariana Trench. From the living fossil frilled shark to the record-breaking Mariana snailfish, these creatures prove that the deep ocean is one of the most alien places on Earth. What makes them truly terrifying isn't just their appearance, but their incredible ability to survive in conditions that would kill almost anything else. These creatures have been living in the deepest parts of our oceans for millions of years, perfectly adapted to their dark, cold, high-pressure world. But here's the thing that should really keep you up at night. We've only explored about 5% of our oceans. The Mariana